Okay, so now I have to calculate the length, BC, right? So I have the triangle, which is this, right? And then this thing right here, right? And then I have point right here somewhere. This, I'm just making an example, so that it is easier to explain you guys. So this angle 70, right? And this is 8 centimeter, right? 9 centimeter. A, D, C and B, right? So I need to find BC, this angle, right? So I know this is a right angle, right angle triangle. So I can use, for right angle triangles only, you can use SOHCAHTOA, right? SOHCAHTOA, as I have told before. This is sine theta, opposite over hypotenuse. This is basically cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and this is tan toa, where tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent, right? So I can do it two ways, right? There are basically two ways to do it. As I have the value basically tan, I have opposite adjacent, right? From we can see over here, I can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is basically a square plus b square is equals to c square, right? Okay, and I can use basically the CDA triangle for basically this to find the value of BD, right? And what is BD? BD is basically, BD is equals to square root, and then you minus, because you have B value, don't have A value, right? You can consider any one of these A values or B values, right? It doesn't actually that much matters, right? So I know that I have basically DA from my previous question, right? I have this value as well, right? Which is 8, right? AB, and then I just need to find this BD value, right? So to find this BD value, you can just basically subtract this up, by, because I have B, this is AB, you can consider any one of these AB, and then you have to C is over here, so you basically write this C over here, right? This is fixed, these are not normally fixed, you can substitute it in your own words right over here. So I can write it as 8.151 square plus minus 8 square, right? So this is B, this is C, right? And then I will get BD as 2.90 centimeter square, right? I can calculate it from here as well. Tan theta is given as 25 for me, 70 for me. I'm using this 70, and then I have been given, I have opposite, right, which is 8. I need to find adjacent, which is this thing, right? So I get this as BD, and then you get your BD as basically 2.91 centimeter, right? I'm considering this triangle. Remember, if I said maybe this triangle, I might have mistaken, my apologies. I was trying to say this triangle, right? This triangle, I will use it, and then I will get this value as well, right? These both will lead to 1 at the end solution that we have to find basically BC, right, which is this, right? Now we can find this, because before we didn't have any of these sides, right? So we needed to find the BD first, then we can use BC, we can find the, using BD we can find the BC value, right, using the tan or SOHCAHTOA as per here, right? Because it's a right angle triangle, right? So we can use this stuff as well again. So I can use tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent, as I can see that I have been given opposite, which is BD, just we have calculated, right? And then we have adjacent, which is CB. This is adjacent, right? CB. So tan theta is basically, this time for me it's 25 is equals to 2.9, this is opposite, 2.91, and then dot whatever value you get, right? I rounded off in 3 significant figures, or you can say 2 decimal places, and your BC, and right, and BC is equal to, you will get your final answer as 6.24 centimeter. It is rounded off, right? You can check it, the long value as well from your calculator, and round it off in 3 significant figures or 2 decimal places, right? But in your instructions, in your question paper instructions, says basically 3 significant figures, so I wrote it in 3 significant figures. So this is your final answer.